Good morning, everybody. Wakey, wakey. It's time for Morning Glory. My name is MC Kalia, and I'll be your captain for the next 1 hour, 30 minutes. Let's have this conversation going. It's time. So the 16th day of February 2023. By the way, I'm told that we're still in the love mood, so I would still extend to say happy Valentine. You see, the person behind the camera is actually dressed in red, meaning that actually the love is still in the air, and there's somebody extending a rose to me. It's just I won't pick it because it's coming from a man. Good morning to you. If you're already tuned in, then let me know where you tuned in from. Of course, this is the Social Square edition, which happens every Thursday. We are here to just discuss issues that touch on our day in, day out livelihoods. And today we put our focus on the troubled Kerio Valley. Fighting, lives have been lost and property destroyed. This has happened for the longest time possible. It is a catastrophe. And today with us are three gentlemen to actually help us understand what exactly is happening in the valley. These are guys who are born in the valley. These are guys who've lived in the valley. They've schooled in the valley. They still go back home. Bish tells me that when we say 3 people have been killed, they're not just people, but they're people he knows, people he's lived with, people he's been seeing while growing up. Maybe some of them are even his relatives. And so I've brought them to studio to just help us understand what exactly is happening down there. Today we expect a military operation together with the police, of course, to try and disarm the bandits, or rather the people who have guns down there. What does that also mean for the people? What does it mean? Because we've had such operations before. So if you're already tuned in, of course, let's enjoy this conversation as we also learn about what is happening there. Allow me to introduce the 3 gentlemen. I'll start from far right. With us here is Leijin Ruto. Leijin is a teacher. He's been here before in a different capacity. Today he's here as a resident of Kerio Valley. Good morning to you, sir, and welcome to the Morning Glory Show. Say hi to our viewers.
Good morning, Sikalia. Thank you so much for this invitation again. I think I was here the other time. Yano Leijin Ruto. I come from Mbubutembolo Duat. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for making time to be with us. At the center, he's Osea D. Changulet. He's been a fan of the Morning Glory Show for the longest time possible. And today he happens to be on the bench. Good morning to you, Changulet. Okay, thank you so much. And now we have Bish Media. Okay, the guy is called Kelvin, but then he prefers being called by the name of his brand. Bish Media, how are you, bro? Bish has been taking a lot of photos. He's been shedding light about what is happening in the valley. Welcome to the Morning Glory, sir. Say hi to our viewers.
Good morning, MC Kalia and the viewers. My name is Kevin, but the most popular name is Bish, or Bish Media. I'm from the Kerio Valley, and today I have the privilege of sharing with you life experiences there.
Okay, thank you so much. And before we go far, then allow me to start by first of all sampling some of the comments that are already coming in thick and fast. I can see Shishi says good morning to you. Mildred Sum says good morning. I can see Eldoret FC are already tuned in. Thank you so much for making time to be with us. Yvonne Noble Jepchumba says good morning to you, sir. Nasema is watching from Sambalat. Thank you so much for making
Good morning, everybody. Wakey, wakey. It's time for Morning Glory. My name is MC Kalia, and I'll be your captain for the next 1 hour.
Watu wa Tongaren nimeambiwa hawa hawahitaji connection ya kwenda juu. Ukitaka kutana na Yesu, you just take a shortcut. I wish Jesus angekuwa kule chini bana. Tungekuwa tunaenda tutamtembelea tu directly, unamwambia. These guys have been unfair on us. Salamia Yesu wa Tongaren, engineer Caleb Tanui. There's somebody called Matthew Comment saying good morning brother, good morning to you. The history teacher Ruto Timothy says good morning to you. I'll keep on sampling those comments as they come in, but then I started actually talking to Bish, asking him what it takes to get all those photos, all those videos that you share. Actually, they're very sad videos, but then the biggest challenge is that you are able to actually tell the whole world what is happening in Kerio Valley. How do you get those photos, sir?
I get those photos. They're very timely, by the way. And once an incident happens, you know, the Kerio Valley is vast. It's so big. From Sambalat up to Aror, it's such a stretch. But once something happens, an incident happens, like a banditry attack, I'm informed, like very timely. I'm informed by the chiefs, the locals, the security people, the police, and the peace committee. They inform me as it happens, and then I just rush there. I get some very raw samples of those photos as it happens. So maybe you get someone has been killed. There is that crying. There is mourning. I try. Okay, it's so hard, but it takes some courage to take those videos, because maybe some of those people are just your friends. You find your friend dead, or his family is dead. His family is mourning. You get it's your relative. But you still have to take those photos and the videos. So I take those videos just to tell the world that all is not well in Kerio Valley. It's not a business. It's not payable. I use my own means. I go there. I just highlight what's happening down there in the Kerio Valley, just for the benefit of the valley. Yes. So when I post to the social media, you know, the whole world now gets what's happening at that moment down there.
And I can tell you it is a catastrophe. If you've watched some of those videos, very saddening videos, and today we'll just be trying to look at what exactly is happening down there from experience bit of it, because I tell you the three gentlemen seated here come from that area. They come from regions that have seen trouble since they were born. Since their parents saw it, they've seen it, their children could see it. A military operation is starting today. Changulet, this is home for you. How has it been, bro, growing up in that area? How was life for you growing up?
So life in Kerio Valley was good since, let's say, since eternity. But it came across in the year 1997. We had something called Murkutuo massacre. So Murkutuo massacre, some people died. Some people were killed by Pokot bandits. Bandits believed from the neighboring community, that's Tiati and parts of Paringo. So in that year, the Murkutuo massacre, Murkutuo is in Chesongoch. So some people, a good number, like let's say close to 100 people were killed same time. That was early 90s. So life in Kerio Valley was not that good. And to certify, Kerio Valley is good. Kerio Valley is protective. So if it happens that peace is achieved in Kerio Valley is good. It is very good actually. Resources, maybe issues, livestock, issues, crops. Kerio Valley is very good, but the only issue that we are facing is banditry. Thank you.
The main issue is banditry. Actually, probably some of the mangoes you eat come from the valley. Probably some of the good onions and the good watermelons that we consume today come from that region. But then, what is happening, Lejean? What I can say your T-shirt is branded as "Stop the Killing in the Valley." For you've seen this throughout life. What exactly is the situation like right now?
Thank you, MC Kalia. The situation there is it's worsening. It's bad. I can say the situation is not good at all. But we are lucky that we are having the police and the military having a joint operation, which is beginning today to disarm the communities. Life in Kerio Valley, and not only Kerio Valley. I grew up in. I was born in Embobut Forest. I told you I was born in Embobut Forest the last time I came here, at a place called Kapkok. Kapkok is also in Kabiego Ward, and we are bordering the West Pokot part. And during those times when we were growing up, we were experiencing banditry, but it was cattle rustling. They come and steal, and also we have the retaliations. But during those days, they were not killing people as much. They were attacking the animals. And they were not killing women. They were not killing children. Perhaps they were killing the men. But at now, it is something else. It's not again that cattle rustling that it was there before. Children are being killed. Mothers are being killed. Women, innocent people, even the old. Those who are awana anything ya could defend. So I can say the life in Kerio Valley right now, and not only in Kerio Valley, even the other parts of Kipchuma in Embobut and Bolodward, the other parts of Kamalokon in and also in Kabieko Ward, life is so difficult there. We are just hoping for the government to restore normalcy and sanity in that area, because people are dying. Like this year alone, we have lost about more than 25 people in just this year.
Within one ward, that is.
Yeah, within Endo ward, and some parts of Kipchuma, of which it was last year. I think we have not reported any cases of loss of life in the upper parts. The mostly affected area is the Kerio Valley, the Endo part. We have lost so many people. We have lost children. You saw in the media, and thank you, Bishop is reporting on that issues from Kerio Valley. We get updates from Kerio Valley. Children are being killed, maimed, women, and even the men. So we are just hoping, MC Kalia, we are hoping for a better Kerio Valley, where I remember when I was young, we were going to Tot, and we used to meet with Pokot from the other side. We used also to go to Kolowa, tunaenda Soko, ama tunaenda Chesekon. We used to mingle with the Pokot, and you can see their culture. It was very enjoying. But now you cannot have a moment. Yeah. It's
okay. Actually, with me in studio are three gentlemen. These guys have grown up in the troubled valley. They've seen it all. They've seen peace. They've seen. They've also seen the chaos. They've seen the I would say the memes and everything. And if you're just joining us, we're focusing on what is happening in the Kerio Valley. And I can see Lillian Kemboi saying, Kapsowar tuned in. Let's really pray for Kerio Valley. Evans Kibet Murkomen says, great, my man, Bish Media. Joe Jonathan says, Arab Kali, a very perfect topic. We are right into it. Bish Media, you've been there. And how is a normal day for people within the valley. Do you anticipate the attacks? Is there any intelligence that comes that today could be attacked, or is it something that is just ambushed? How is a normal day down there?
Maybe to break down the day for you. Kerio Valley wakes up. I can say the whole valley wakes up at 6. That's when life is breathed to Kerio Valley. But you never know what happens. At 7, I can say it's still normal. People are. By the way, I have to correct you on the mangoes. It's not some of the mangoes you take here. It's all of them. All the mangoes in Eldoret, they come from the valley. So, okay, let me break down a Sunday for you. Let me break down a typical Sunday for you. We wake up at 6. We go to church. That's in my area, Sambalat. We go to church for the Catholics. We go at 6. At 7, it's we go to the farms. We go harvest the mangoes. 8, it's still normal every day. But at 9, that's when the hell breaks loose. Or at 10, there is no sign of ambush.
We are talking about 10 a.m. here.
Yes. There is no ambush. There is no sign of any ambush, or there is no intelligence anyway. Because the intelligence, the government intelligence cannot, they cannot get that intelligence.
So it just happens.
So it just happens that people are in the farms, some are in the churches, and then you just hear a random gunshot. 1, 2, 10, 100, or 1,000 gunshots. And the results are just in not less than 10 minutes, not more than 10 minutes. They just ambush. In less than 5 or 4 minutes, they are gone.
What do they use to travel?
They run, bro. They run. We are living in the border of West Pokot, Baringo, and Elgeyo Marakwet County. So when the attack comes from Tiati, they just cross the River Kerio and they move to their county. When it happens from the side of West Pokot, they just cross the Chesapeake border and they go to their county. So it just happens in some minutes only. And we're just left with the results. Death, serious injuries, loss of livestock. And that's how the day just ruined. So you just go, you console that family that has lost someone. You rush to the mortuary to take the corpse, or you rush to the hospital to take the injured. Some others follow the lost livestock, but ikifika border inakuwa shida, they just move away. So that's just a Sunday for you, a typical Sunday, and that happens every day. That happens every day. So life in Kerio Valley is not even, it's not guaranteed. And there's no intelligence that today it will be attacked. There is none. You just move across the valley, hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. Yeah.
And before I even come back to Changulet, I follow you a lot. I see you posting them and having even the names. You mean these are people you know?
Yes. This is my ward. Endo ward. To be precise. And I know almost everyone there. I've interacted with almost everyone. If I don't even know the person, I know the father or the brother or the cousin. It's that close. So when it happens, you just pray that person is maybe injured. But when you're told he's dead, it's just another heartbreak.
Okay, and Changulet, you are a peace ambassador. You walk through that area. Where exactly do you think is the missing link? How come these people are not detected when they are coming all the way until the attack happens? And that's when we see it in the media. That's when we see Bish media covering it. Maybe what is the attitude of the people towards it?
So thank you, Kalia. The attitude towards the same bandits actually cannot be seen coming. The main reason is maybe in Keria Valley we have sand dunes. So those people may come through a tunnel. May come through a tunnel through from the borders of West Bogot and Baringo to Henda, the Elgeyo Marakwet side. So and actually the dress code of those people, you can get the bandits are not civilized. So you can get someone coming with a shuka or a vest with a not a trouser, with a short trouser. Some also come naked, so you cannot see them coming. And actually you can't be notified, because they only ambush. And also to add on what Pish said, these people are not that good. They can come, maybe they can ambush in the evening when people are coming from the daily routines, the border guys. So they only attack even in the evening. So they can attack a motorbike coming. If it is evening, you cannot see someone attacking. So for my case, it's on our hands. So my take on the same is we take precautions. We take precautions. Let's say by 6 p.m. in the evening, mtu akuwe ameingia kwa nyumba. And to add on what my brother said, the results of banditry when people dies, when you watakuwa wamepaki, watakuwa traumatized. They will be fully traumatized. You can get a family, the father ameuawa, maybe na vijana wawili. Bandits are heartless. They can kill also the entire family. So making inafika tu mwisho ya familia, you cannot get any other generation. So for my case as a peace ambassador is only prayers. We have prayers and maybe government to help us. Thank you.
And moving on to Mr. Ruta, you are a teacher, Lejean. Of course, maybe not practicing at the moment, but then when you see this from a perspective of a teacher, how much destruction of education do we have down there? And at the end of it all, people, I saw the former RC, Bwana Natembea, saying that this is a business. Other people think it's culture. Others say maybe it's hatred between the communities. What do you read in between the lines?
Thank you so much. I am a teacher and I'm practicing. I'm teaching. I can say in the education sector, it has greatly affected. Currently, you even saw some photos being shared by British media and also in the media. There is low turnout of students and pupils at schools. We are having a challenge. I told you about they kill students, even young kids. You saw a grade 1 boy. What has grade 1 boy has to do with animals? It is no longer about. It has turned to be a commercialized. It's a business. And you listened to former RC Natembea. You listened to former RC Natembea, who was saying that these people, it's no longer about. I think it's about.
People thought maybe it was culture when it started.
It was culture, but now I think it is about extension of land, or even fighting of the resources. But there are some people who are financing this, and it must be a top government people, and the government is the one who knows these people. Because when Regional Commissioner RC Natembea said that he was calling the PS, and the PS was not taking those phone calls, you will realize that there is a problem. or when you send a team, when there is an operation, like now we are having an operation, and the KDF are given coordinates that these bandits are in somewhere else there, and the security personnel points a different direction, you will realize that there is someone who is ordering them, don't do that. It is saddening, MC Kalya, to see that I saw there were some people who were alleged, they were arrested because of banditry, and they were taken to court. But one leader would wake up and go and bail them, and even lift them with a chopper. He will lift bandits using a chopper and go and celebrate. So we have a very serious problem, and the government can only weed out this banditry once and for all. I fully support the government. This is a new government of His Excellency William Ruto. We are hoping that this operation, they stay in the Kerio Valley, the entire North Rift region, until there is no guns. The problem is the guns.
The problem is the guns.
The problem is the guns.
And well, how do these guys get the guns then?
I was watching Natembe in one of the TV stations. He was saying the guns are being acquired. Even yesterday, we had MP for Sikor, Lochakapong, saying that our borders are porous. We are bordering some countries where these illegal firearms can be acquired. And these people, when they steal about 500 livestock or 400, they can sell maybe 10 and they purchase some firearms. When you umeipa ng'ombe karibu 300, kuuza 50 and then you buy another firearms, there's a lot of firearms in the forest. And the problem with also the security personnel is they cannot always ingia huko ndani, because they can easily also be killed by these bandits.
So and it's something so many people ask: are these people stronger than the police? They are more than the police. What do you feel? What exactly? You see, we've seen operations for so many times. There was a time we saw in Baragoi, we lost 40 policemen. What exactly is what would I say? How exactly does it happen? How come all this time we've never had an operation that weeded out the banditry once and for all?
It is because the police are not able to. They have not that capability. I can say the police they don't have that capacity.
It is an issue to do with capacity.
Yes, because the terrain. You know, with the police, the police maybe they rely on the roads. This area there is no roads. The entire Tiatich hakuna roads, or maybe there is one road, and the bandits are these people, they don't know even school. They don't understand even the language you are speaking here. Some even they don't have clothes. You heard from Jangulet here. Awananguo, their culture, they don't even know God. When you ask them, they will ask you, who is the brother of Jesus Christ? They are uncivilized. So as the government does this operation, the military and the police, the government should also open up the area. As they do the operation, we have a team also making roads, we build schools, because you will realize, I told you in our about 90s there at the upper part of islands, we were having those banditry. But when the area was opened, we have roads, there is peace. It is very rare to hear that many people have been killed from the upper part. But at the Kerio Valley, the problem is Tiati. Tiati constituency is almost three times the coverage of Elgeyo Marakwet County. And there are no schools, maybe one or two. Water, which is also the problem, because these people, they want to graze and they want their animals to get water from River Kerio. So they are forcefully grazing from the Marakwet side. So we need the government to build schools, build hospitals and roads in Tiati. because it's also like the government has all these years. When Kenya is at 50 years, almost 60, and we have a region where there is no roads, there is no schools, no teachers, no even a pastor who will preach peace in that area. Those people, they don't understand the language of peace. They grow up having a gun and knowing how to operate a gun. They can disassemble a gun and na wakurudisha hivyo. Someone who is supposed to be at the university, but he has been trained using a gun, and they know that terrain very well. It's up and hills, and it's bush, so the police cannot enter there. Those even the police also. The problem with the police is that you approach someone from maybe Kitui, Mombasa, or even Nairobi, ajui maneno ya forest, na unampeleka huko. Those bandits, they have trained, they know how to kill. You heard from Natembe when they kill someone. Some are also, they are saying some are also people who are in the police. So they are collaborating with the locals, training them, and they can kill and me. Yeah.
We're coming live from Dawi Afrique Photography. This is the Morning Glory Show, the Social Square edition. Dawi Afrique Photography is situated in Eldoret. It is a production house that gives you the best experience in front of a camera. Do you need to document your memories? Then you need images beyond imagination. Consider working with Dawi Afrique Photography for the best images. And if you're thinking of getting into fashion, then you need to get the best people to train you. The best place to train for fashion and design should be D-Square School of Fashion and Design. Walk into D-Square School of Fashion and Design today. They have a campus in Eldoret, Ketia's building, 4th floor, and get to learn from the best. They say dress to be addressed. Now, this is an issue that we're discussing in studio today. We're trying to focus on what is happening in the valley based on the experiences of 3 gentlemen I have in studio. These are guys who are born there, they've lived there. Bish Media, who's been reporting most of the cases and making sure that the photos are posted on social media, says these are people he knows. Now, we're now trying to look at the solutions, possible solutions. If government is actually committed to make sure that this is sorted out once and for all. Bish Media, you understand the terrain equally because this is home for you. What are some of these things that you feel if government did right today, then we'd sort out the issue of banditry once and for all?
Before we go to the solutions, we need to dissect this banditry. What is it? You talked about it is a culture, but I beg to differ. It's not a culture. Okay, if it is a culture, what culture does the Pokot have, and the Turkana have, and the Marakwet have that the Tugans don't have? Or the James, or the other pastoral communities, the Maasais, the Samburus. So what are the cultures? What's the difference? There's no difference. If it's a dowry payment, it's everywhere. If it's all those culture issues, okay, these are the plain ilots, most of them. I can say all of them are plain, and some are highland, like the Marakwets. But when you go to the culture, it's just the same culture. So what has changed in Marakwet that there are less bandits compared to Pokot? And what has changed in West Pokot that there are less bandits than Tetiati, and they are all Pokots? So which culture changed? There's no culture that changed.
It's nothing to do with dowry payment.
Yes, because the patron of the patroness of Pokot, of West Pokot, is the same as the patron of Tiati. But why is the Pokot of Tiati more aggressive in banditry than those of West Pokot? What could be happening? And why is it that there are attacks in Endo ward and there are no attacks in Kapiego or Sambrir ward, and they are both Marakwets. So when it's an issue of culture, I can rule that out, because if it was culture, it could be happening again also in Sambirir and Kapiego, up to all the way up to Kapsoar, because they are all Marakwets. So the problem is exposure to other cultures. Like the Pokot of West Pokot have been exposed to schooling, to churches, to markets, to other people coming to their land. There are other cultures. So compared the same to Marakwet and the Tugins. But when you go to Tiati sub-county in Baringo County, there's a big problem. There's no road, there's no hospital, there's no church, there's nothing. There's no school. So you find a very grown-up person, it doesn't have any glimpse of schooling. It's zero, like is illiterate. So when that guy anafikia age of getting married, the father now tells him, my son, that's your wife, go get the dowry. Where is our dowry? Our dowry is in Marakwet, our dowry is in Turkana, our dowry is in Tugin. So you get this person, the only form of dowry he knows and manhood he knows is banditry. Kettle rustling, to be precise. Not even banditry. It's not bandit. It's not something so bad. It's just kettle rustling. It's form of social interaction. We even read that in school. But this person comes to either Marakwet, Samburu, Pokot, or anywhere. He raids, but he kills and takes the cows. So it becomes a culture of vengeance and revenge.
So it is retaliatory attacks. These guys come, they attack.
Yes.
Then the other community feels, okay, then we also need to reiterate.
Yes.
Okay. Then it becomes a game now of murder.
Yes, that's number one. Number two is what Natembea said. There are cartels in the government who are minting millions from this banditry.
Maybe before you go there, allow me to sample a few comments that go in line with what you're saying. There's somebody called Evans Tibet Murkomen says, thank you so much guys for that fantastic topic. To the son of Elgeyo of Kerio Valley, Bish Media, your hard work is being recognized even though you undergo difficult situation while gathering the information. Your future is bright. God will reward you soon for exposing the brutal killings in the valley. Indeed, you open all of us at the right time. scenes happen. Thank you, Kalia, for hosting these guys. Thank you so much for making time to be with us. Somebody else there says, thank you for bringing us this topic. Thanks to Bishop for letting the world know what is happening in the valley. Chero Kate says, Niko ndani. There is somebody else called Joy Cheptajoy Lin says, he's tagging in friends there saying, let's follow the Morning Glory show. Thank you so much. And of course, if you're in the broadcast, these are the kind of discussions that we get on this show. This is the most comprehensive talk show online today. What you need to do is make sure that you hit the notification button the next time we go live. You are able to see what we're doing. Somebody says they agree with Lejean. That comment is running away. Let me just make sure I get it. There's somebody called Martha Mash Kitum says, I agree with Lejean. I've been to those areas of Tiati and Kapedo. It's terrible. Somebody called Yvonne Noble Chepchumba says, East Pokot still value much of their socio-economic life. Joy Jepto says she's following. There's somebody else here saying, Kerio Valley Boys High School used to be top in Marakwet East, but now they're completely out. And Tembeya was right. Ask yourself why those bandits are so daring to the point that they kill police officers and burn government vehicles. Then I think the police officers had a problem with the terrain of those areas. Those bandits know well the areas. Another, okay, this is quite a long one. I don't know if I'll be able to get the whole of it. Says, Natsembeya was right. Ask yourself why those bandits are so daring to the point that they kill the police officers. He says that, then I think our police officers have a problem with the terrain. Those areas, those bandits know the area very well. Another thing is that development is needed in those remote areas. Those people cannot access basic needs like schooling and so forth. This is exactly what you're saying, Bish Media. But the problem is civilization. Talk about the cartels.
Natembeya was right. There are cartels minting millions from bandits or from the banditry at menace. One of the best ways to know this, when a banditry attack happens, those cows or those livestock, there are so many of them, maybe 1,000. They cross the borders. So when they cross the borders, where do they go? Where?
The place is not getting filled with cows when you go there.
Yes. When you raid today, tomorrow, and it's recurrent, and you don't know where though. And the same bandits who are coming to raid again. So where are the other cows? Where do they go? So Natembeya was right. He said there are people who don't want this to end. And where do our cows go according to Natembeya? You are consuming our cows in Nairobi, Eldoret, all those major cities and towns. These cows get transported to the Kenya meat or the slaughterhouses, and it means so much to them because you can get, okay, it's common sense. You get some a good cow from the bandits at around 10 or 15K. You go to the Kenya meat or a slaughterhouse, or maybe you are just a middleman, you sell at 50. You can see the profit.
Triple.
Yes. So who wants that to end as a businessman? You will not allow that to end. So I can say bandits are being used. They're just being wanatumika tu vibaya. They're getting used by cartels and businessmen to enrich themselves, and the bandits they just live the same miserable life. So I can say that's the reason number 2. Another reason, this happens in Laikipia. There are the ranches there. So what happens in Laikipia is so different from what's happening in Kerio Valley. Because these bandits are dealing with high-class people who own ranches and some sort of modernized livestock keeping. But in Kerio Valley, that's why in Laikipia the government rushes there very fast. They do the operation. They end it immediately. But when you come down to the valley, it's about a personal property. Maskini tu mwananchi wa kawaida owns those livestock. So when they get raided and the livestock gets rustled, the government is reluctant to do a follow-up of the same because
maybe there's nobody to defend them.
Yeah. So who are you? Another reason, the terrain. In primary social studies, you read about, or in high school, the form of wars. Like there was the scorched earth. There was this hit and run. Hit and run, like you come, you ambush me, you take something from me, or you take my life, and then you run to your own
safe space, maybe.
Yes. So I don't know your space. I don't know your terrain or your territory, how it is. So it is very easy. When I follow you, it's very easy that you can ambush me again and cause more harm. So this happens to Kerio Valley Police. I'm in total disagreement with someone who is blaming those police officers. They are trying their best. I've been interacting with them. Last year we went with them to Koloa when it was very hot. The environment was very hostile. There was a lot of bloodshed, but we went there to Koloa. So these police officers, they know what's in store for them. They know that this place from Tot to Koloa, it's just you just go and die, come back alive, or fight for your life in the hospital. They know that. But they still sacrifice themselves and go. So we went with these guys, and you can feel that death is just here. You can feel that they are so terrified, but they have to do it. Those police officers they're passing through a lot. They are traumatized also, because maybe an attack happens just right near the police station or the GSU camp. You want to go and pursue them, but once you just go like 100 meters from the camp, you don't know the terrain anymore.
So you're following people who understand the terrain better than you.
Yes, and they have guns just like you, so they can do anything that you can do. So Natembeya said, these bandits, you cannot compare them with Al-Shabaab. Al-Shabaab will come,
ambush and run away.
Ambush and run. They cannot even ambush. They just come, maybe moja labda meze ka detonator or wanachimba kwa barabara, and then they just go. They are not there. They are absent. But when we go to these bandits, you follow them, they wait for you. They don't run.
And you're going for them.
You're going for them.
And they wait for you.
They wait for you. What you can do, they can do. As a police officer, what guarantees your safety and your life?
It's a gun, actually.
It's the gun. So what's between you and death? It's the gun again. So you're fighting someone you are equal to.
It is a force on its own.
Yes.
Now, let's talk about this a little bit. Of course, we're still looking at the solutions. Back to you, Changulet. You've heard what Bish is saying. You're one person who loves peace. Prayers cannot solve this. You say they don't believe in God. There is an operation starting today to disarm them How do you see this? What do you make of all of it?
My take is immediately after the disarmament, we have maybe 3 solutions. Open the valley.
Open up the valley.
Yes. Empower those people, and maybe open maybe industries. So it is believed, actually, according to the research, we have the lower belt of the Takwel coach. It can produce sugarcane. The sucrose content of sugarcane in the lower belt of Takwel is not compared to any other part of the country. So my take is open the valley. And after opening the valley, also the Kerio Valley, the parts of Endo and the Lower Sambirir and the Haror, it can produce the highest level of the sucrose content in sugarcane, because it's a hot place compared to other parts like Mumias. So that's my first solution. And the second solution is maybe open the valley by we get those the universities. Actually, we open the valley by getting foreign investors that can open maybe a serious hotel, serious restaurant. That is opening the valley. So after opening that valley, we normally understand maybe Kenyans can be somehow laxy and lazy. So my take is the valley, we have foreign investors. Mzungu, a white person, maybe Mzungu akuja kafungua a restaurant in a place like Tot or Aror, it can actually open the valley. Alafu hiyo we have the produce from the area, like the goats, the cows. The cows from Kerio Valley, the patapat content in those cows are very high. So hiyo pia ng'ombe ikue, we empower those people, we empower those people, hiyo ng'ombe iusiwe those investors. Na pia vitu kama kondoo na mbuzi to be slaughtered by those people in their hotels and maybe in their restaurants. And lastly, the government had tried walikuwa wamejaribu Kerio Valley through Kerio Valley Development Authority KVDA, walikuwa wamefungua a factory. They had opened their factory in Tot. So but hiyo factory ilikuja ikalekea issues on banditry. So wanafaa ku revive hiyo KVDA industry ya kuprocess mangoes. That's my take. Alafu lastly, our schools in Kerio Valley. We have a school like Kerio Valley Boys High School. Among the alumnus of Kerio Valley, when we were there, we had close to 600 to 800 students. But now we only have 69 students in the entire school. So through the Ministry of Education, we need like through the Ministry of Education, shule za huko Valley, schools along the Kerio Valley to be empowered. We get students from all other parts from the country. We get students from Muranga, we get students from West Pokot, we get students from Turkana coming to learn in those places. It will actually empower and it will open the valley. So that's my take to open the Kerio Valley. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, you tuned into the most comprehensive talk show online today. We're talking about the Kerio Valley, looking at the solutions to the banditry that is happening down there. Leijin, what's your take?
My take on the solution, I've written even this in most of my forums and I've posted. The first thing need to be done is to open up Kerio Valley. Number one, we need roads. We need roads and inroads. Kerio Valley, through to Tiati and to West Pokot, Sikor, and we don't have roads there. So So we need roads. That's the first thing. We need roads. Number 2, we need title deeds. Kalia, in the entire Endo ward in Marakwet East constituency, I don't think there is anyone who has a title deed. Even in Mbobut, there is no title deed. Kabiaga, we have few. In Sambrir, I don't think even there is title deeds. So we need the government to issue title deeds to the people, because you will see that these people, the Kerio Valley, there is a lot of bush. Kuna msitu kubwa sana that is from Tot right away to the other end mpaka upate Pokot, ni msitu. And this it is being used by the bandits as their home. They don't have homes. They don't have say that when you want to find even those criminals, it will be easy to trace them. But now when hakuna mali wanaishi, utawapata namna gani? So we need the government to issue title deeds. Even Changulet is saying that we need to have investors. Which investor can now come and unless the community donates land? But we need those investors will come in when the people have title deeds, and you can be able to sell your land or even buy and invest. And you cannot invest in a place where it is very insecure. Investors will run away. They have killed even people not from Marakwet. You know, you have heard about this agricultural officer Sum, who was from Nandi. He was killed in Kerio Valley. So we need the area to have title deeds and open up roads, say that we can even have fences. In a forest, how will you trace a bandit or someone who has stolen livestock and ran away to the bush? And those animals can never be traced. Is there any pool of lives or somewhere where our ng'ombe wote wanamwakwa na wanaka, na unajua ng'ombe they are also multiplying. Wakikaa mahali fulani they multiply. So it means the government also should see how to make sure that the market, those who are financing this, they are dealt with. All this is happening. It starts from top. The Ministry of Lands, the Ministry of Defense, the Ministry of Interior, and it's right away from the President and the leadership of Elgeyo Marakwet County to ensure that the people of Kerio Valley are living in a peaceful, like all other Kenyans. Kalia, the schools there, we have talked about Kerio Valley Secondary School. I think the challenge is not about banditry, because you will realize that even in Tot we have so many students, over 1,000 students in Tot today. But in Kerio Valley, I think the stakeholders there, it's a challenge of its own. It's a different scenario. It's not about banditry, because we have students from other schools within the Kerio Valley. So it has also affected, this menace has also affected, because Form 1, Form 2, Grade 1 kids are being killed.
So you don't even have students to enroll to school.
Yeah, and the government, the long-lasting one is the government to compensate the people of Kerio Valley. You saw the old man from Kerio Valley, from Chisongoch, who lost 2 toddlers, and all the animals, 7 something, were taken away. So the government should work in a plan to compensate the people of Kerio Valley, those who have lost their loved ones, and even the animals. Kerio Valley is very protective, Kalia. Very, very protective. We have KMTC. We have the proposed university, Kerio Valley University at Murkutu. we have the Embobut Dam, we have the Aror Dam, and the Kimarer. If all these dams are done, we will have opened up Kerio Valley where we have irrigation. If Aror Dam is there, it will serve water, itafika mpaka even Tiati. So the government also should make sure that these big projects are implemented in Kerio Valley. We also have the the issue of Todd Mango factory. It should be operational. I don't know if it is working.
I'm told it's stalled.
Yeah, so the factory should also be operational. Say that those people, they can get their mangoes to the factory and they get their money. And it's not only about mangoes. We have sugarcane, we have even the watermelons, green gram. It's a canon of its own. So the government also should, through Minister of Agriculture and Trade, the last time Minister of Trade, Mr. Kuria, visited Elgeyo Marakwet County, he was saying that he will open up some factories and enough cotton being planted in the entire Kerio Valley. So that's some of the things that if the government will do, we will have a long-lasting peace in Kerio Valley. But the immediate one, the immediate solution is taking the guns out from the locals. That is the through this operation, and we believe in the government. They should do a massive disarmament, a ruthless one, because those bandits, they are not friendly. And Bishop, I told you that they are not going to run away. They will be fighting. We will be having casualty from the government as the police do the operation. Those guys, they are very daring. They will kill. They will even shoot those choppers hovering around trying to do the disarmament. Thank you.
You've heard it from the people who live there. Of course, because of time, maybe we need to come to the tail part of this particular interview. And they've talked about the solutions. Bish Media, if somebody who is powerful enough was listening to you this morning, you've talked to so many ministries, what would you tell them?
I'll just tell them that I'm a resident of Kerio Valley, and I'm a proud one. That's why I've been branding myself as the son of Kerio Valley, because I cannot run from there. That's a fact number one. It will still stay my home in life and in death. So we'll need peace in Kerio Valley. These are the areas that they demand a lot. We only demand peace. We can do so much for ourselves. When the Kerio Valley is okay, it has been branded the Canaan, but I can say it's the only place that I've ever gone that produces fresh, very good fruit, farm produces, but they don't require any fertilizer. That's number one. In fact, ukiweka fertilizer hapo ndo unachoma. That place is so productive. When you go to Aror, there is that KVDA farm. There's a mega project by the KVDA, and that part of Takwel and some parts of West Pokot, the KVDA have done some irrigation schemes there. And I can tell you that there is food security in those areas. So when those multi-agency companies like KVDA, the Red Cross, World Vision, and the other NGOs and the other government organizations, when they come down the valley and give us some assistance in agricultural farming, I can assure that the Marakwet of Kenya will be food secure. We don't have a major problem of hunger like the Tiati or Turkana or where, but when that is done, okay, the major there is a project called Kapkobil irrigation project. The farm is there, acres of land. The community has donated for that scheme, but the contractor ran away because you know the famous Kapkobil, the infamous Kapkobil. It has claimed over 1,000 lives. So, but when you see today, that farm has been fenced, and the road is being constructed, like it's being widened. So I don't think, okay, in the recent past we have not heard of anything from Kapkobil because that place has been it has been opened up. So, but the water ishafika pale for the irrigation, it's just in the mouth or in the entrance of that scheme. The road is being opened up, and I can assure that it has really downed this menace of the Kapkobil massacre. So when the government, all I can tell the government is, give us this. Give us this, we will feed ourselves.
Give us peace, we'll feed ourselves. That's the parting shot from Bish Media, alias Kevin. Changulet, what's your parting shot, bro?
So my take, last time when we had issues banditry in Kerio Valley, our excellent governor Wesley Rotich initiated a drone project, drone cameras. So, but it never worked. The issue that made it never worked is when the tender actually was not. My take was the tender was supposed to be awarded to someone from Kerio Valley, who knows all the entire terrains, who knows all the landmarks. Maybe doing an aerial view of the entire Kerio Valley deserves someone from the area. That's the solution. Maybe issues empowering they could empower someone from Kerio Valley to the aerial view so that maybe drone services can work. That's my take. And my last remarks is we empower our people, like we have shortage of labor in abroad. Maybe we have shortage of labor in Philippines. We have shortage of labor in Australia. So maybe those leaders from West Pokot, leaders from Elgeyo Marakwet, leaders from Baringo, they have the program, the prepare program. So they should empower the people. Maybe take some people. If you take one person, when you take one person to abroad to go study, when you take someone to abroad to go work, the time it will come, it will be actually a reformed bandit. That's my take. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Changulet. And as we go to Leijin, give us your parting shot, bro.
Thank you so much. First of all, thank you for hosting us in this show. I think we have shared a lot. And my last comment is, it's in the government. It is the government who are able to weed out these bandits. We live in a country where we must follow the law. There should never be a place in Kenya where there is inequality. I call this there is injustice to the people of Kerio Valley, where we are still battling with banditry, insecurity. Instead of talking about empowerment, instead of talking about taking children to school, instead of talking about opening up roads and factories, we are still talking about banditry, which is a culture, which is a menace, which is a something that should never be at this century. So I believe that the government, if they are willing, they will end this banditry. The government of William Samoei Ruto must end this menace. And it is with the CS Kindiki and Duale. The defense, we believe in the military of Kenya. As much it is painful because even right now people are complaining about the curfew, that we are having curfew even in Cherangan, Chepororwo, or even in Kapsawar, in Chebiemit. I ask our people from the other parts, let us, in solidarity, let us observe this curfew so that we have peace in Kerio Valley. Let us not complain. Let us even suffer for this smallest period of time, and we are peace. Our people from Marakwet West, Cherangan, where they have not even seen guns or heard something about banditry, please, in solidarity with the people of Kerio Valley, let us observe this curfew, what the government are telling us, and to the bandits, if there is one who can hear us, please surrender those firearms to the government. And we are peace. We talk about development. We take children to school, and we live in harmony. We be back in intermarriages between the Pokot and the Marakwet and the Tuken and the Samburu, because you realize that these bandits, it's centralizing in one place. That is the Tiat constituency, the West Pokot. They are attacking Turkana, they are attacking Samburu, they are attacking Gachato, they are attacking Tukens, they are attacking Marakwet. Let us have peace in Kerio Valley. Tukue na amani, so that we talk about other things. And the most last thing, I'm asking the government, pay watu wa Kerio Valley, pay watu wa Marakwet title deeds, pay watu wa Tiati title deeds. Thank you so much, MC Kalia.
Thank you so much. You tuned into the most comprehensive talk show in Kenya today. We've talked about what is happening in the Kerio Valley. We hope that this discussion will be of value to the journey of making sure that at least we get a once and for all solution to the troubles in the valley. Some of the solutions may take time, but I believe that with the right minds and attitude, then there's possibility of regaining peace in the Kerio Valley. We continue to stand and have in our thoughts the children, the mothers, the wives, husbands and brothers who go through the hardships they go through in the valley. With that, my name is MC Kalia. This has been the Morning Glory Show, and until tomorrow, have a beautiful time.